What's up? Welcome to Trackletics Live, the ultimate show for all things track and field. Join us as we dive deep into the sport, interviewing track and field athletes, coaches, nutrition specialists, and more. Get ready to hear some dope conversations and gain exclusive insight into what it takes to become a top performer in the sport. Whether you're a seasoned track and field athlete or just starting off, this is the show for you. So make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Let's get into the show. Let's welcome Bolade.
How you doing, man?
My guy, I appreciate you tuning in.
Of course.
Taking a second out of your day to have this conversation with me. Really appreciate you, man.
Of course.
How you feeling today? How's training going for you?
Training is going great, honestly. I got back not too long ago, so I'm pretty tired at the moment, but it was a good day. It was a really good day.
What'd you do in training today?
So today I just worked on, so today's my easy week. So I worked on just my first 10 meters, planning on going to World Indoors, so I got to start building those blocks, right?
Right.
That was what I worked on, did a couple easy reps of that, and then just some core workouts.
Hey, man, you say it's an easy day, but none of that sound easy. Nothing about this sport is easy.
Hey, man, these are the days I'm just like, Coach, please let me get a day, please.
Please, I feel it. But yeah, definitely gonna hit that world indoor stage. One hard lesson I've learned being an athlete is that hydration is a major key to performance. You will not perform your best dehydrated. I hydrate with Eternal Water. Eternal Water is a naturally alkaline, pure, pristine water sourced directly from the springs here in America. It's filtered through layers of ancient rock, absorbing essential minerals and electrolytes you need to perform your best. It tastes amazing, makes you feel amazing, turning every workout into your best workout. I hydrate with Eternal Water. Sure, but before we get into that, I like to take it all the way back. I want to know how you started running track. What is your track story?
So I've been running for as long as I can remember. But when I officially started competing and training for track and fields in high school, I made it to the OFSA provisional championships and I came 6th, and everyone was kind of like, do you train for this sport? And I was like, no, I don't. So that year I kind of started training for it, and the following year I went to World Juniors in Barcelona. And every year since then, so that was 2012. So every year since then, I've made a championship team and have been competing and running track and loving every second of it, honestly.
Literally every year since then have made a championship team. That's impressive, bro.
Thank you.
And this sport is not easy. And what you started back then, to where you are now, like what has kept you motivated to continue to train?
There's a lot of things to do with that. I think when I first started running track, it was just the love and passion for the sport that got me involved. And so over the years, with everything that I've won, with all the races that I've lost, the one thing that has kept me going through it is just, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm having fun. At the end of the day, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Of course, there's stressful times. There's times where I'm just like, why did I choose to run track? But at the end of the day, it's like, I love it here.
I feel it. There's definitely some workouts where I'm sitting there like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I putting myself through this? Because I feel like I'm about to see the light. I'm about to go meet God himself right now. You know,
Exactly.
It's not easy. But as long as you are enjoying it, you know, the moments on the track where, you know, you feel like you're running faster, or you get that little technique that you've been working on, you get that better block start, you know, you even drop some PRs in practice, right? Or even just having fun with your team. That stuff could take you a long way, you know. So that's pretty dope. But you mentioned something that I actually wanted to ask about. What is it like competing at OFSA? Because I hear it's an amazing competition out there. There's tons of people. Like, what is that like?
The best way I can describe it for a 16, 17, 18-year-old is like the OFSA championships is like world championships. Like that is the end all be all of track and field in high school, in Ontario. And so throughout the years, you just offset. I have to make it to offset. I have to win offset. I have to do this offset, and it's like world championships. The coaches treat it as such. The parents treat it as such. The athletes treat it as such, and it's it's a good, really really good culture. But it was scary at the time too, because it was like, man, I only won offset once, and it was like my very very last race in high school. And so the whole time I was like, am I not good enough? Like, I didn't win offset. But then I went on to university, went on to world championships, Olympics, and realized, okay, there was much more bigger things than offset. But at the time, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the level in Ontario. That's the stage out there for high school. That's
Yeah.
dope. And what university did you go to?
I went to Academy of Art University.
Yeah,
Art
first somebody's repping for you in the
I saw that.
comments.
I
What?
saw that.
Yeah, what made you choose that school?
So I actually didn't choose the school. I was supposed to go elsewhere. I was supposed to go to University of Alabama. But just the credits that I had acquired here in Canada just wouldn't transfer over to a D1 school, so I couldn't go D1. I ended up trying to find a D2 school, and Academy of Art was like, listen, we know you can't compete your freshman year, so we'll still bring you on the team, and then your second year, if you decide to stay, great, you have your scholarship. And that's how I ended up there. And I picked a program, and I stuck with it.
That's nice. Finding a coach that actually gave you that
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah, yeah.
'Cause there's a lot of coaches that'll just use you, So
Absolutely.
yeah, having somebody that's like, hey, you can lock in with us, train if you love it. That second year, you got your scholarship. But what was that experience like competing throughout college?
Um, I think my freshman year, I had something. I felt like I had a chip on my shoulder. I had something to prove. I had gotten injured going into university after going to World Juniors in 2014, and so I couldn't compete my freshman year, and I was just watching everybody run, watching everybody make the teams, and it just sucked that I was sitting there. And then the following year, just I have to make it to the Olympics. I got to go to the Olympics. I have to go to World Championships. I have to win NCAA's. And it really was just go, 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 go all the time that freshman year. And so I did win the 60 at NCAA's that year. I went to World Indoor Championships, made it to the semifinals, went to the Olympics, and we got a bronze medal. So that was how I started off my university career. And so it was like, okay, what next? So I kind of throughout the remaining years, it was a struggle for me to stay focused and for me to stay driven to continue to compete at NCAA's. But I had that chip on my shoulder. Like I want to win and I want more. So I just kept chasing it, and I'm still chasing it now.
Still chasing. I love that. Definitely love to hear that. But what do you feel like it was for you that set you apart from your teammates, from the competition? Not just the chip on your shoulder, because I feel like there's a lot of people that might have that, coming from, if you're struggling growing up, if your parents don't have it, coming from another country, not being able to compete your freshman year,
Mm-hmm.
coaches not liking you. It could be anything that gives you that chip, but what set you apart? What made you different to really train hard and push yourself to make it to that?
I can't say that I did anything different because I wouldn't have made it there if it wasn't for my training partners when I was in school. Um, it was a really good group of people who, at times, yes, we were like, Coach, we don't want to do it today. But then the days that we were there and we showed up and we were ready to get active, we got it done. And we told each other our goals and we worked towards them for each other and with each other. So I can't say I did anything different. Honestly, I genuinely believe that I've been blessed. And that was how I've been able to continue to go through each injury actually that I've had. I've had multiple injuries that have set me back a couple times, but I've just been blessed enough to be able to recover and come back the next year and do something again, even if I get injured that same year. I've just been blessed. That's the only thing that's been different.
Nah, I can definitely understand that, especially finding a team that supports you. You guys are holding each other accountable with your goals, not slacking off in practice. And that alone can help you, push through some hard phases in your life,
Right.
come back from some injuries. What were some injuries that you actually experienced?
Um, Oof, where do I start? Okay, so 2013, I think I pulled my hamstring.
Oof.
I'd run 6:62, and I was the number one in the world for, I think I was a junior at the time. And I pulled my hamstring right before New Balance indoors. I was actually going to go out there. It sucked. Broke the Canadian record, but I, in that race, pulled my hamstring. So that set me back a little bit. And ever since then, I've had repeating hamstring problems. I think 2017, I had another one. 2022, so right after World Indoors, actually. So right after I ran at the finals of World Indoors, I went to LSU, ran a personal best in the 200, and then like somewhere in between that training, pulled my hamstring again. So that set me back again, and I've been on a trip to come back to running 10-1, which I finally did towards the end of my season this year. So
Yeah, at 10-1, blazing the track for sure. But it looked like you put some pieces together, like it's all coming together for you now. I didn't know about the hamstring, but what are you working, what are you doing in training that's actually helping you with that?
so the one thing we noticed was that when I'm in peak condition, when I'm like just stepping, I tend to not, I was not paying attention to what was actually happening. So because my body was just moving so fast on its own, I wasn't paying attention to how it was moving so fast, and just little things and the little feelings that I would have. And so now it's been every day at practice. Like we have certain things implemented into my warm ups that have to activate my hamstring before I start practice. In our cool down, we have things that are implemented in there as well to make sure that you've activated, cooled down, warmed up everything, your hamstrings, and whatever it is that you need specifically. And then also in the weight room as well, just implementing exercises that help with the hamstring strength. And so I'm honestly feeling pretty good right now. And I'm just ready. I'm so eager to get back on the track to compete.
I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm ready for you. I'm hyped for you. I'm excited. But walk me through one of your weightlifting exercise, or your favorite weightlifting exercise, something you might feel is actually helping you, whether it's built the strength, the speed, something that's translating to the track for you.
So I'll give you two. So one of the things that I like are the power cleans. So from the ground just straight into a clean. Excuse me. I just love that exercise because I have a small frame, so like I can't really like carry all that much weight. But in comparison to my size, I am fairly strong. Um, so but with the power cleans, it's so easy for me to put my leg muscle into it as well and get my entire body active. And so because I'm having to move it fast as well, it just feels to me like it's such an explosive thing that even though I'm not getting to those super heavy weights, I'm moving something, something's firing, something's being activated. The other thing that I do, and one of my favorite things that we brought back into this year, was the hamstring curls. So just putting your feet under some type of table or something, or someone holding your ankles, and just leaning over and coming back up. Getting that back into my program this year has probably been one of the most exciting things, really, because I needed it. I needed it, and the hamstring just gotta make sure everything's good.
Right.
It is.
Because it's easy to tweak a hamstring, like you said, when everything, especially when everything is firing fast and you feeling good.
Mm.
Oop, there go the hammy. You
Shout out,
know.
shout out Jerome Blake in the audience.
Yeah, I see that. Shout out Jerome Blake. We appreciate you tuning in. But we got your favorite weightlifting exercise, power cleans. You love the hamstring curls. What is your favorite track workout? What's something that you're doing on the track that really feels like, it's putting the pieces of the puzzle together, it's making you faster, or whatever it is?
Um, okay, so again, I'll give two because one will be a longer workout and one will be a short one. So for my longer workouts, I prefer repeat 200s. Maybe, well, so 10 to start, but like let's not, if we don't have to get to 10, we don't, let's not do it. But 10 is where I've usually started, and then as the weeks go by, we kind of drop down by twos, until the point where we get to 4, and we're just at that point in spikes and we're rolling through it. Or similar concept with 150s. short rest in between, but repeat 150s. I like those workouts. You get your strength up. You get strong through those workouts. And if you're having to hold your form throughout the entire run, it's like, okay, if I'm running 200 meters this entire time with my form, what's going to happen when I get to the 100? I'm good now. And then for my shorter workouts, I like the 10-meter starts, the block starts, because I'm just wired all the time, just ready to go all the time. And it's just exciting. You know, in sprinters, we get really excited on block days, and people who aren't in our training group are like, oh, you guys are doing blocks, you're doing blocks. Hey, everyone come in. And now we have this massive group of people watching each other do blocks and competing with that. And it really just gets you prepared for what it's like on competition day. So those are definitely my two favorite.
Yeah, I love when the blocks come out. You know, everybody's a superstar. Everybody's really trying to lock in, focus. You know, you lost me at the 200s because you said 10, and I don't know why anybody would ask for that. Okay, but the 150s, I'm with you on the 150s. Those definitely helped me. You know, coming off the curve, feeling fast, holding the form. You know, I feel like it helps me put everything together. So I completely understand that. But 10 200s, man.
I mean, I would say that, I mean, when I was in school, I was running the 1-2, the 4x1, 4x4, and the 400, right? So it was like during base season, I have to do something to be able to do all of that. And especially like when it came time to conference, I ran all of those races at conference. And for me to be able to come out undefeated at conference, it was like I needed to do something crazy. So there was a year we actually did 12 200s, and coach was like, yeah, this year you're doing all the events. And I was like, okay. But it paid off. It paid off. So I can't complain now.
Yeah, I had some workouts where I did about, I want to say I did about 12. Out here, we actually have a race called the Parloff, where it's a relay. 5 people run 8 200s. So leading up to this relay meet, we're training. Of course, you got to be able to do 8. So we start off with 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then you really start speeding up and break it back down. Yeah. But that's 12 200s is.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anything over 200 though, even if it's one 250, it's so weird. Like I can do 10 200s, but give me 250, and I'm like, why? Like 250? Come on now, like I don't need it.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel that. Yeah, that 200 is nothing to play with. Yeah. But we got your favorite lifting exercises, right? Hamstring curls, power cleans. We got your favorite running workouts, those quick starts, blocks, 200s, 150s. Now the workout is over, right? What are you refilling with after practice?
Okay, so 2 things. It's always 2 things. Right after my workout on the track, I have a little short break in between, and then I have my weight session. Okay. So in between that, I'd refill with the BioSteel recovery, the protein, and so I just take that right away. It's quick, and then while I'm in the weight room, I'm recovering from that workout, but then also able to have energy to get through my lift. Once I'm done the lift, I have this. Oh, I don't have it here. I just finished it, but I have this like mini blender. So we have fruits and frozen fruits and stuff where I train, and so I just grab some fruits, put it in there, put some of my smoothie in, and go. Or if I don't have that, grab like a muscle milk or something, and drink that once I'm done, just so I can get just a little bit of recovery on my way back home. Because there have been times I'm driving home and the lactic acid starts to catch my legs. I was like, no, I can't do it. So yeah, it was just those 2 things, and then as soon as I get home, I'm eating something. I gotta eat.
What's your post-workout meal choice? What are you eating?
Honestly, it differs. Some days I can get home and just like I'm feeling like a pasta, and so like I'll make something. Today I'm feeling like a rice, but usually when I'm done practice, I try to get something with lots of carbs, as well as protein. So if I have something that's like some chicken is in the fridge or something, put that in the air fryer, get some rice together and eat that. Put some broccoli in it, season it up, put that. So yeah, something with lots of carbs though is what I prefer to eat right after practice.
Yep. Refill with the carbs. That is your immediate source of energy. Yep. Definitely got to have the carbs. Okay, so we got your post-workout meal, got your favorite weightlifting exercise, got your favorite running exercise, right? What is our goal goal this coming season? What are we working for? What are we putting all that together for?
Okay, sorry. First of all, the person who said Pringle thought he had it is hilarious because I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's from NCAA's one of the races I was racing as Miles Pringle, and we were neck and neck. That's hilarious. Um, Sorry, what was your question again? That just distracted me real quickly.
Yeah, that was a great story though. I wonder who that is in the
Right,
comments that remembered that. I think we got some supporters that have been
right.
supporting your journey this whole time, so that's pretty dope. But I was saying, I was asking, what is your main goal this coming season? Right, we're starting to see the work that you're putting in, especially with those hamstring curls, because that's serious. 10 200s, we're talking about 150s, we're talking about power cleans. What are we doing all of that for? What's the goal this season?
Well, I've been to the Olympics twice, and I plan on going a third time. Paris is next year, and I want to go back to the Olympics, and I want to go back and get another medal. That's one of the goals. Another goal is in 2022, I was at the World Indoor, 2016 and 2022, I've been to the World Indoor Championships, and I was a semifinalist in one and a finalist in the other. This year, I want to go back and be a medalist. Increments. I have to go back and be a medalist, and that's happening in March. There's World Relay Championships as well happening next year. That's one of my goals. It's on my calendar, trying to qualify for that team as well. In terms of my personal times, my personal best in the 100, 10:15. I've run a wind-ended 10:07. It's like 2.3 wind, the most annoying day. Yeah. Yeah, so I ran a 10:07, but I want to run a legal 10:07 and want to run a legal 9:9. That's my goal for the 100. 200, personal best 20.45, and I've run a windy 20:32. So again, my goal is to match that windy time, legal and better. In the 60 meters, my personal best is 6:57. That's just what it is, 6:57. But at World Indoors, the clock stopped at 6:54, and then they changed it to 6:58, and I was like,
I hate an AD.
okay, fine. So obviously, I had to put that on there, and I want to run 6:54 faster and break that Canadian record. I have the junior record of 6:62, and I want the Canadian record of 6:45. Yeah.
6:45. All right, yeah, you definitely got that already past the clock. So I kind of hate when they do that, but there's a small part of me that likes it, because then it's like, okay, I was here, I saw that time. All right, let me go get it legit. Like I
Exactly.
was right there. I got a little taste of it, you know.
Exactly.
So now there's more fuel to the fire for you to actually get that 6-4,
Exactly.
right? But what do you think it's gonna take for you to get to that 9, for you to get gold medal? We're not just coming home with a medal.
Right.
We don't want just any medal, right? What do you think is going to be the determining factor to actually help you achieve that goal?
I think with time, I've realized that I have to take care of myself, and with that, I mean be up on my hydration, be up on my supplements, be up on my proteins, just doing those little things on a daily basis, sleeping. When I was in school, I was just like, I'm just here. But I was young, so my body was recovering really quickly. I didn't really need all that massage and all that stuff. I didn't really need it when I was in school because I was just recovering. But one thing I realized between when I got hurt in 22 and this year was like, yeah, I know you got to pay attention to that stuff now. You're getting a little bit up there, so you got to start paying attention. And so that's one thing that I noticed. And if I was able to get back to my personal best, both personal best actually in the 100, which I ran in 2016, 6:57 and 10:15. I ran both of those in these last 2 years. It's like, okay, I'm back to where I was. I can do a little bit more if I just continue taking care of myself, continue doing that process, and you'll continue to surpass where it was you left off. And that's what I've been doing, and it's been proving amazing throughout my practice, this base training.
Yeah, that is a major key. A wise coach once told me, it's not about how hard you train, it's about how well you recover. That's all it's about. Because you can have a crazy workout today thinking it makes you faster, but it takes you days to recover and other guys are recovering quicker and are getting back out there, they're going to continue to go up. You going down. So yeah, recovery is a major key for sure. Like you said, hydration. Sounds like you're eating well. Sleep is a major part. Oh man.
Yeah.
We like to stay up. We're in the gaming era, right? Everybody's a gamer now.
Yep.
Get some sleep. Sleep is a major key for sure.
It is.
For sure. But this is not just a physical sport. It's also a mental battle, you know? Especially with our sport, like it's a ranking system when you step on the track, right? The fastest is in lane 5, 6, 4. Like, you know, it's literally a whole ranking system on the track. You see everybody's times, you hear the announcer. It's a huge mental battle. So what helps you mentally prepare for these battles?
Whew. Man, that's a good question, because it's something that I don't realize that I'm doing anymore. I don't realize that I'm blocking all of that stuff out anymore. It just kind of happens. But how I trained myself to doing it was when I was in high school. My club coach, she used to tell me, go to your phone booth. So every time before I had a race, I would go and sit down in a just empty corner somewhere and just start thinking about my race, visualizing what I wanted to do, thinking about how fast I wanted to run, how I wanted my technique to look, how I wanted to finish the race, and all of that. And then when I was done, I would go and start my warm-up and prepare to do exactly what I visualized. At first, I thought it was annoying that she kept telling me to do it. Like, I don't want to go sit down in a corner by myself. Like, my friends are here. But I did it enough times that when I went away to school, it just became natural. And I started to use music as well. So during my warm-up, I got my music on, and I blocked out everything outside. Now it's just me, myself and I, just visualizing what I want to do. Moves and making sure I'm feeling everything that's going on. And, yeah.
That's deep. Question. Why does she call it your phone booth?
Just because in a phone booth, it's one of the most secluded places you can be. Yes, you can call people into there. You can call them, hey, I need your help, I need this. But you're alone in there. It's not a two-person place. You're by yourself. And now just think, what do you want to do? What do you want to execute? And when you come out of that phone booth, you should be focused and dialed in, right? It's a place where you go in and you're distracted. All of the noise is going there, but you get in there, it's silent. You come back out, it should continue to be silent again.
I like that. I kind of got that when you said it, but I wanted you to explain that.
Make sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's deep. I like that. Okay. Now, there comes a point for every athlete, every track and field athlete, where you have to hang up the spikes, right? You can run forever, you can work out forever, but you can't compete forever necessarily, right? So, what is the long-term plan with track and after track, after we hang those spikes up?
So long-term plan with track, honestly, is just to continue to enjoy it for as long as I can. My body is still able to compete at an international level, and so I'll continue to do so because I enjoy it. I love the traveling, love meeting new people, love being able to take videos and showcase the world on my social media. It's amazing. So I'll continue to do it for as long as I can. I will be working towards specific goals as well, though, while I'm, still at it. But I know it has to end. And so now, like, what I've been trying to do is start to get into just the things that I studied in school, the advertising and the multimedia communications that I studied in school, and doing social media managing. I've been doing that. I would like to eventually get into an on-air radio broadcasting as a producer, but that's a little bit further down. I haven't started working on that part yet, but right now the social media content creator, not creator, manager, has been going really, really well. I've been seeing lots of results, and also just reaching out to different people, networking, making sure that when I am finished with my track and field career, I'm able to go and speak to different people. Currently, I'm mentoring a high schooler out in Windsor, and things like that I want to continue doing when I'm done. I want to continue speaking. I was partnered with RBC the last 2 years, and I was just doing public speaking for them for those 2 years. And so things like that I'm working and gearing towards for when I'm done, and finding my place in the world outside of track and field.
Yeah, I like that. We don't have to let athletics define us. It is a huge part of our life. Some things that, it's taught us some life lessons, brought us closer to coaches and friends, and literally built a family around it.
Right.
You have some amazing accomplishments in it, but you have so much more to offer. That's why I wanted to ask you that question, because I see you managing. You've told me about the mentorship that
Right.
you're doing,
Right.
and that's amazing. I've had a similar situation where, older athlete gave me a pair of spikes, gave me some tips and tricks. And it's like, it's more than just that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's about that connection, the questions that I got to ask him that I didn't want to ask anybody else.
Right. Right.
Those precious moments that you get to share with somebody that's been through a situation you've been through.
Right.
That's important,
Yeah, absolutely.
game changing, life changing for sure. But yeah, you have some amazing goals. I see the content that you're creating. Keep going for sure.
Thank
I'm definitely
you.
the fan. You got my
Thank,
support.
thank you.
And last question I love to ask everybody is, oh, this is actually the perfect question for you then.
Okay.
So I usually ask people, what is one thing that you wish you could tell yourself or a kid, something that you learn now, something that you feel is important, a life lesson, a quote, something that you wish you would have known when you were that age? And I think this is the perfect question to ask you, because you are actually mentoring.
Right. Um, I think something I would have told myself, and I mean, there's many things I would have told myself because obviously I was just young, and as when we're young, we make lots of silly decisions. But I think one of the things I would definitely tell myself is to enjoy all of the little victories that I had. When I was in school, I felt like I had won so many times consecutively that I kind of stopped enjoying it. I was a 10-time NCAA champion, 20-time All-American, 18-time conference champion, and like I was happy, and it was what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do, but it was like, okay, what more? I wanted more. There was more that I could have gotten out of it. So one thing I would have told myself definitely is to enjoy each of those moments, because at the time it was just like, okay, I want it, I want another one, I want it, I want another one, I want it, and now it's like my parents look at my trophy wall, and they look at all of my NCAA trophies, and they're just like, oh my god, it's amazing. But then I look at it and I'm like, I don't even remember that race. Like, I don't remember how it felt. And so, yeah, cherish those ones, definitely. And then to any younger athletes as well, I will say the same thing. Even if it's not you winning your championship, your state championship, conference championship, whatever it is, but you PB by .01, yeah, cherish that, because life happens. You don't know when you're gonna get that PB again. It could. I mean, for me, it's been years since I tied my PBs again, and now that I have, um, but yeah, definitely that. Cherish each one of those little victories.
Yeah, that's deep. That's
Yeah.
deep, because I truly believe it's about the journey.
Right.
We definitely want the gold medals, we want the accolades, and everything that comes with it. But if you're in a situation, if they can just give you the medal, just make you the winner, it wouldn't be worth it.
Right.
Right? So
Right.
that alone shows that it's about the journey, it's about the lessons, it's about the connections, the people that you meet along the way as well.
Exactly.
Those are the situations, the moments that you need to cherish for sure. So that's deep. That's deep. But I genuinely appreciate you sitting down, having this conversation with me, taking time out of your busy day with your mentoring, your training. I really appreciate it. Got to know a lot more about you, your track story, your goals. And you definitely have my support this coming season.
Thank you.
Hoping to see you on that big stage. You got everything it takes. You've already been there 10 plus times,
Right.
at every level, at every age.
Right.
You got it. You
Appreciate it.
got it for sure.
Thank
So,
you so much.
my pleasure.
I appreciate it.
That is it for us here on Trackletics Live. See y'all next episode.